Good day, everyone. Welcome to this week's 360 show. A lot's happened this week. With regards to the IPL, there's been some controversial moments when it comes to the law of the game with Virat Kohli's dismissal. We'll also be covering Will Jacks, his fantastic form and the impact that he had in that last game. Yuzi is the top wicket taker of all time in the IPL, reaching that 200 mark. The number one. I tweeted about it. What a fantastic player. Still very much heartbroken that RCB let go of him. And then also Mumbai Indians in a bit of a spot of bother, to say the very least. I'll also be reacting to some of my favorite moments in the sporting world, and that will include the Laureus Sports Awards, where Novak Djokovic ran away with the main prize of the year. Plenty of things to cover in this week's show. Let's go. Let's start with the points table then. IPL 2024, the Rajasthan Royals keep rampaging on with 7 out of 8 wins. On 14 points now, they're playing some incredible cricket. And as I mentioned in that intro, Yuzi the star player, they're reaching 200 wickets. What a fantastic moment for him, keeping the Royals going. But they're just playing together as a team. You can see that from a mile away. They make high totals look small. They make their own totals look like they're big by defending really well. They're just playing all-round really good cricket. Also in the field, not making a lot of mistakes, and just gelling together as a unit. Kolkata Knight Riders, they're in second place. Sunrisers Hyderabad and CSK finish the top 4, but Lucknow Super Giants on CSK's toes, and they will be facing off today in a few hours' time. The show will only be released tomorrow, so I have no idea what's going to happen there, but it's a big clash for those two teams. Whoever wins there will obviously cement their spot, that fourth spot or even third spot, if they do come out on top, depending on run rate. Then Gujarat Titans not far behind. Mumbai Indians also not out of the tournament, but not playing really good cricket, and time is running out for these bottom teams. Delhi Capitals as well, Punjab Kings, Royal Challengers Bangalore, only 1 out of 8. Technically not out of the tournament. They can still win all of their games and find a way to squeeze through, but they are in dire straits, not playing well. And when you're not playing well, those small little things tend to go against you. And talking about those small little things, I'm talking about Virat Kohli's dismissal. Was he out or not? Was it a no ball or not? It's really difficult to say. What my problem is with the whole thing is the clarity of the rules. And I have tweeted about this in depth, which I will cover in a minute. But let's go through some comments from some of the players, some past players and also current players. Mohammad Kaif was very vocal about the fact that he thought that Virat wasn't supposed to be given out. He felt that it was an unfair call. If the ball is waist height, at the time the bat meets the ball, it should be ruled as a no ball. But then Akash Chopra coming up against that, or not talking against Mohammad Kaif, but also mentioning that, what if the batter keeps advancing? At what point do you say that, okay, now we can actually get above waist height? Otherwise, the ball's going to bounce like 3 times before it gets to the wicket. Where do you draw the line? Things are getting a little bit silly, and that's why I cried out for clarity in the rules. Please, guys, find a way, draw lines, use your technology, and make it consistent. That is the main word when it comes to rules. Consistency is all you need. If Virat Kohli was out in this instance, just let it be consistent for the other players then as well. You can't then have a 50-50 call in another game and give it not out. That's where, if you don't have clarity in the rules, that's where there's anger and confusion. And as I said, I'll just cover that tweet of mine in a minute. Faf du Plessis also saying, yeah, it was crazy. The rules are rules. Virat and myself thought that the ball was higher than the waist. And I guess they measured from the popping crease. One team thinks it's high, the other doesn't. So that is the rule. If we quickly cover the rule, they do measure it from the popping crease. So I can help Faf with that piece of information. But the fact of the matter is, we're not sure if this ball tracking was as accurate as it should have been. What we did pick up, it was a slow ball, which means it was going to dip a bit more than your usual delivery. But is it accurate? We don't know. There's that image of Virat. It looks like it's a very marginal call. At the end of the day, I think just get the batter's stance at the popping crease when he walks to the wicket. Draw your little line there, and then have it consistent for every match for all players around the board. And then the ball tracking, whether it's as accurate as it should be or not, at least it will be the same for every player. That's my 5 cents. And there's one more comment from a current player, Full Salt, saying we may have got away with Virat Kohli wicket. He was quoted by saying that. Irfan Pathan, it was a legal ball. So just all around debates going on, different opinions, different readings on the rules. And it's so simple. Whoever's in control there, whether it's the BCCI, ICC, MCC, all C's, I don't really care. Just make the rule, clarify it, and keep it consistent for every player throughout. This is what I tweeted. For goodness sake, please just clarify the wide ruling that was in the previous game. It's really not so difficult. We have technology. Let's use it properly. No need for thumb sucking, because that's what it comes down to. If the rules are not clear, the poor umpire's got to sit upstairs there and go, I think it's out, or I think it's not out. Ultimately, he gets all the rant from everyone, but it's because the rule is not clear and you're not using the technology to your advantage as much as you should. And then obviously the Virat thing happened, and I went on again saying I didn't clarify it in the 360 live. It's got nothing to do with bad umpiring, in my opinion. Rather common sense to use technology in a game already improved by technology. Like the offside rule in football, they draw the line. If there's any part of someone's body ahead of that line, it's offside. There's just no arguing that. It's as simple as that, guys. And then I said at the back end here, after Virat's dismissal, because I watched that game live, it's the grey areas in the game that open up room for anger and confusion. It's not a tough fix this. Get the batter's stance, draw the lines, and use ball tracking. No confusion whatsoever. It'll make it consistent and the same for everyone. And then I thought, I saw some of the comments, and guys were asking me about my dismissal when we played in Ireland. We played an invitational game against India there. I think it was like a warm-up game. I can't exactly remember. It was a triangular series or what exactly it was, but it was in Ireland. And Zahir Khan was bowling to me. I got a thick edge. As the ball hit my bat, I also hit my pad at the same time. I had absolutely no idea the ball touched my bat. When I turned around, I saw the first slip at the ball in the hand, and I was as surprised as the umpire. At the end of the day, because I didn't feel an edge, I didn't walk. But once again, an instance where technology could have got us the right decision. But let's quickly have a look at one of my most embarrassing moments of my career.
Taken. ABD Villiers is unmoved. The umpire is unmoved. He reckons it's clipped. The pad on the way to Sachin Tendulkar, and the Indians cannot believe it.
Well, incredible take either way from Tendulkar. So here Khan, once again, getting into it. The corridor of uncertainty has to be his nick this, and it's straight off the edge. And that's a brilliant catch. It did go pretty quick, didn't it, Shiva? That was always the big question. If it hit the pad, it would have been slow. That's just a regulation nick.
Yeah, so there was Zahir Khan that nicked me off to first slip there. There was a lot of confusion, a lot of anger. But if you look at my reaction, it was an honest stand. It wasn't like I was trying to cheat. I honestly didn't feel the bat on ball. It is embarrassing to say the least looking at it now. I have seen it before, so I'm glad that there's a bit of tongue-in-the-cheek friends out there that banter me back. I really enjoy that. At the end of the day, I'm calling for technology. I'm not saying take the umpire's role away and his job away, because the umpires are crucial and you still want the human element to the game. But when there are grey areas and fine lines and difficult decisions, just use your technology. It will also speed up the game if you do it properly. Like for wide calls and no balls, you don't have to refer it. You get the call straight to the umpire. He calls it a wide, he calls it a no ball, whatever the case may be. It should speed up the game if used correctly. All right, moving on to the star player in the RCB lineup, and there's not a lot of them at the moment, Will Jacks. I spoke about this guy, also tweeted about him after his knock. I told you guys about Will Jacks on the 360 show, exactly what RCB needed for the power plays. And hopefully he will get that clarity of role definition as a number 3 or opening batter to go in the power plays and to speed up the process for RCB. Virat and Faf have been phenomenal for RCB. maybe the one area that they can improve is a little bit of impetus, a little bit of momentum in overs 4, 5, 6. Someone to really play with almost a license, really freely, and that's exactly what Will Jacks have been doing for many, many years in all franchise leagues around the world. I watch him in the SA20, really crunching the ball up front for the Pretoria Capitals, giving them incredible starts, fast starts with a lot of momentum where guys batting at 4, 5, 6 can come in between overs 8 to 15, 7 to 15, and really just consolidate and find that momentum and that rhythm again before they unleash again at the back end. Exactly what RCB needed. I would say if you wanted to take a chance, even let him open and have someone else at 3, whether that's Faf or Virat, I'm not sure. But just to have that mindset of really going after the bowlers from the word go. There's one guy that's really going after them and putting them under pressure. I think it could be really good to break up Faf and Virat. And after a wicket falls, obviously someone like a Faf or Virat walking to the wicket can really just settle things down again and they can go again. Just my 5 cents. If he bats at 3, it's also okay. He's played fantastically well. There's his figures. Really good record, average of 30, striking at almost at 160. Phenomenal player, and he also offers you off spin. He's a good fielder. He's a good guy, and it's a good addition to the RCB squad. Hopefully, he can keep playing so well, and RCB can get some wins under the belt. I think they might have to go 6 in a row here to stand a chance at the back end. All right, Mr. 200, double 100 for Yuzi with a ball in hand in the IPL. He's the first guy to reach 200 wickets. And the most impressive thing about this, it's in 152 innings. Look at the guys, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. All of them have played more games or have had more innings than Yuzi. He's already at 200. Simply outstanding. And yes, RCB let him go. I've mentioned this before. Heartbreaking moment when he left RCB. He was part of the furniture there and also the best bowler. It was crazy that he got left out of that side or out of that franchise. And Mike Essen did a bit of explaining here. Mike Essen is a fantastic guy, a really good coach. I enjoyed playing under him. And yes, he shows his remorse. And he doesn't say that it was a mistake because it was really tricky, the auction, saying that music came only quite later. They got hold of Saranga, feeling like they needed to get a wrist spinner. And then obviously opening a bit of money to spend, which backfired at the end of the day. If you look back at it now, it's always easy to speak in hindsight about situations. Mike thought he was making the right decision, and now it's not easy to watch Yuzi go to 200 wickets, the most successful bowler of all time in the IPL, and with him not being at the RCB. He's been a huge addition to that RR squad. He's done fantastically well for them and part of the success of this season for them. Mumbai Indians then in a bit of a struggle for this season to find momentum. They've been really grinding and trying to find something, but they just can't hold on to anything at the moment. Everything seems to go wrong. They're still in it, guys. 3 out of 8 wins. They need probably to win 5 out of 6 moving forward. It's not possible. It's been done before. They've got Delhi Capitals coming up next and also LSG after that. They've done this before. They're a team with a lot of potential, a lot of talent. It's just a matter of finding that rhythm as a unit and start gelling together. Just guys tend to get out at the wrong times. They tend to get give away no balls or extras at the wrong time with the ball in hand and just can't find that rhythm. Hardik Pandya was quoted saying, individually, we'll have to accept our flaws and work on those. I agree to a certain extent, but I think their issue is not gelling together as a unit. Individually, I think they've got some of the best players in the world, possibly on paper the best team at the IPL. So it's a matter of just finding a way to play those big moments better. And that's where they've been lacking in the season. That's all for the cricket for this episode. Let's move on to AB Reacts then. I love this. The talk of the town is all about the impact player, the sub rule, and there's a lot of guys that are not happy with it. It's a player's game. At the end of the day, I feel the players rule the game. Their happiness is incredibly important for the growth of the game, and a lot of current and past players seem to disagree with this ruling. Josh Butler was quoted saying a lot of people have talked about the impact sub and its effect on the scores, but the batters have been developing really fast. And obviously there's technology with bats and the way people train, do power reading and keep innovating themselves. One of the past players, Aaron Finch, seems to I really dislike this ruling. I think the sub takes away the strategy needed by a captain to manage his resources. The sub covers up big mistakes at the auction table. And then Rohit Sharma, I'm not a big fan of the impact sub rule. It's going to hold all-rounders back. Guys like Dube and Sundar aren't getting to bowl, which is not a good thing for us. So a lot of reactions out there. There's also Ruturaj Gaikwad that's against it. Mohammed Siraj, bit of a tongue-in-the-cheek comment saying, please take away this rule. It's not helping. It's not working for me. Um, I mean, it's a baddest game at the moment. There's no doubting that. They're having a feast, and it doesn't help that the Wickets have been incredibly good at the IPL this year. I'm still suspecting the Wickets to slow down towards the back end of the tournament. My take on this ruling, guys, is I really was excited when it was introduced. I thought, if anything, it will encourage the players to plan a bit more leading into games, having really cool strategies at the back end of an innings, surprising the opposition with a sub at some funny time. Unfortunately, this is what the players feel like. They're not enjoying it. They feel it's taking away from the game. They feel it's putting a lot of pressure on the all-rounders, where the all-rounders are forced to specialize more than they used to. Someone like a Dube not really bowling, and he just seems to be a specialist batter these days, where in the long run, for international cricket, maybe it's not good. I don't know. It's still too early to call for me. It's a few seasons into this rule. I've enjoyed it. I mean, I think it's exciting, especially when players or a team, uh, if they are prepared in that first innings to just knuckle it down because they know for the second innings they've got this extra batter that they can unleash for the chase, and vice versa as well. If you're batting first, you get a good start. You know you're not going to need that extra batter in the first innings, but you've got an extra bowler for that second innings. It's nice strategy. I don't see too much harm to it, but if the players are unhappy, I've never used that ruling before, or I've never played under it. You've sort of got to listen to the players. I think it's a players' game, and at the end of the day, if they feel it's harming the game and it's not enjoyable and it's sort of tilting the favour too much in the batter's favour, or giving them too much advantage, maybe it's time to reassess. Maybe not take it away, but just tweak it a bit. There's always room for improvement. Moving on to one of my favorite sports people in the world. You guys know about it. I have spoken about this guy many times before. I wasn't going to mention anything about him, but his speech did it for me once again. It's Novak Djokovic at the Laureus Sports Awards, taking the ultimate prize of the Sportsman of the Year. Fantastic achievement. He thoroughly deserves it. And let's quickly listen to the words, because this, in my opinion, is the character of the man.
Greatness is a word that's used quite a bit in sports, but tonight, it's the only word needed to describe Novak Djokovic, who I'm truly delighted to congratulate as Laureus World Sportsman of the Year. This is our way to say congratulations and thank you. Novak, over to you.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. It's thank you so much. Appreciate it. It seems surreal that I'm receiving this award from you. You've been my sporting hero and also a great friend and someone I look up to in life as well. So thank you for being here tonight on stage and giving me this award. It's a great honor. And I would like to also send a big thank you to my team that is not here today, but they've been instrumental in my success in the 2023. That was one of the best seasons I've ever had in my life. So more to come. Thank you all very much and enjoy your evening.
All right. Congrats.
Just fantastic scenes. One of the greatest sportsmen of all time, receiving this award from another great, Tom Brady, the American, who's been absolutely incredible, winning so many Super Bowls. Novak is just really, I mean, he takes my breath away with the things he says. Go listen to the entire speech. It's on Sky Sports News, as you see there. Go look for the tweet, look at that whole speech and listen to him sort of just giving praise and credit to everyone else except for himself. Talks about his team. He talks about growing the game. He talks about his role and his legacy that he wants to achieve one day is to have youngsters look up to him and start playing tennis because of the way that he plays the game. He doesn't talk about his trophies and his incredible achievements. He talks about the growth of sport and always giving credit to others. That, in my opinion, is a true champion, and it gives me goosebumps just thinking about that speech again. Go watch the whole speech. It's worth it. All right, Scott Styrus, it's time for you, man. Get that RCB jersey off your body immediately.
I said I'd wear the shirt. It's been a bad omen. I'm a bad mascot for RCB, which is pleasing from my perspective. So I'm prepared to, I think, put out a challenge back to AB de Villiers because he says it's time for me to stop wearing the shirt. I'm happy to stop wearing the shirt. Having discussed it with Owen Morgan a little before, I'll stop wearing the shirt for RCB's matches moving forward. AB de Villiers is coming back to the Insiders for the last week in the playoffs. If AB de Villiers wears the CSK shirt once, do you think that's a fair counter-offer?
Yeah, here, I think it's very fair. You're only fulfilling your duty. And now the winner wants to change the circumstances, move the goalposts. So
but my
you
question
can't
to you-
have it both
no,
ways.
You can't.
Yeah,
but the
can't.
question is, you've worn that 5 times. How many times have you washed it?
That's actually true. I thought I'd sort of replicate the performances of RCB and stink.
You're killing me. Yeah, Scotty, you lost a bet. Please don't try and challenge me for other bets. A bet is a bet. But just please try and find a way to get RCB to win now. Maybe I should just come back and sit in that studios with you because you've been bad luck for us, really have been. But I do feel it's going to change really soon. And no, I'm not going to wear the CSK jersey. You can challenge me, and if I lose the challenge, we can make a deal. But believe me, I don't think that yellow jersey is ever going to be fitted on by me. Anyway, Scotty, keep wearing that jersey with a lot of pride, my brother. Yeah, I just watch it from time to time. Apparently, the guys say you haven't been watching it, and maybe that's why RCB's been losing. But it's going to turn around, and then that jersey is going to burn on your body. All right, let's move on to the comments box then. You guys have been talking to me, sending me some comments, and I really appreciate that. You guys know that I've been doing the 360 challenge. It's something that's very organic, very real, very authentic, something that just came up in my mind, and I've decided to put my glasses on and just to go and challenge some people on the streets. I think it's one way to just engage, to surprise some people, some cricket lovers out there. And as you guys know, with that 100-meter dash I did with my friend there on the side of the street, it was a lot of fun. I ended up losing. I did my push-ups, I did my punishment, and look out for more challenges to come. There's a lot of ideas I have with this one, and if you guys enjoy it, I will not stop. So thanks for all the comments here. Some of you said if you start this in Bengaluru, the whole crowd will be on your back. When you start this in Bengaluru, the whole road will be blocked. Thank you very much for engaging with me, guys, and I'm glad that you enjoyed the 360 challenge. More videos will be coming, so keep an eye out for that. And then moving on to the 360 POV, as well, you know that's when I put my sunglasses on, my Ray-Ban Metas. It's a fantastic little piece of technology. And here's a teaser for the next video that will be released soon.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
So that's it for trip. The sunny beaches of Mauritius. We had a lot of fun, but it's time to get back to reality. Hey guys, that's it for this week's 360 show. Thanks so much for joining me. Keep an eye out for 360 Live coming this weekend. Also keep an eye out for 360 POV and the 360 challenges coming your way from me. Subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification. Also keep engaging. I love reading your comments and I really appreciate the engagement. Take care. Until next time.